Are you kidding me? Who told you that?
It's a known fact.
No. Incorrect. Incorrect. You are absolutely incorrect.
Everybody knows at school.
There's always three sides to a story. His, hers, and the truth. Welcome to He Said, She Said, South Florida Style, starring Amy Schreibman and Mike L. Mudici.
Typical caveman response.
Logic versus illogic.
Yes, and apparently I am the only one with logic in the room.
My wife tells me that all the time.
Exactly.
Listen to learn more about what he said and about what she said.
How does Noah deal with this?
He deals with it very well because I am in charge,
Understood.
as most women are.
Not in my household.
Oh, please, please stop it now.
No, Abby's in charge
You're damn right she's in charge.
when she's home with the kids.
And maybe, just maybe, you can pick a side. And now, here's Dr. Amy Schreibman and Mike L. Mudici with our show.
Hello, and how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome to He Said, She Said. It should be really She Said, He Said.
You know,
but-
you make me laugh.
Why?
I swear, you make me laugh because you do a show before this called Two Bros from Boca.
Yes, that's correct.
And you're so timid.
No, I'm not timid.
You're so quiet.
No, I have to because I got another broad.
Because you got another broad.
you
I
know.
see. And on this show, you're like...
I'm like
Tony the
myself. There
Tiger.
you go. Exactly. That's the way it is, buddy. Let me tell
Tony
you.
the Tigress.
Tigress. Well, no, I'm a puma. We all know that.
Is that what it is?
Pumalicious. There you go.
I've learned more about you since I've been in the hospital.
Because I saw you naked.
You didn't see me naked.
Naked as a jaybird.
Nah, you're just upset because I seen you naked.
Yeah, you wish.
You were in scrubber dubbers.
Nah, you wish. You saw me in the scrubbers ubbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
They're
you had to
cute.
change one day.
I love that.
I walked
They're like
in and walked
pajama.
out.
Yeah, but you know what? You didn't have to change. It's a little air freshener with that gown.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Being that this is He Said, She Said.
Go ahead.
So you're a doctor.
I am.
Okay, so you see, let's say you see Mike naked, or they bring him into the ER. You had to, they took off all my clothes when I went into ICU.
Yeah.
Right?
We cut them right off.
Yeah, I mean,
But you know what? It's like going to the Caribbean. You see one, you see them all. It's like no big. Like it doesn't even register.
It doesn't register.
No, there's like
So you
no
being
register.
a female doctor, guys don't register.
Not even remotely.
It's all the same stuff.
It's all the same.
So then guys can feel the same way, right? We could say, take off your clothes.
You know
It's
what?
like,
I have to tell you, we talk about that a lot. You know, when I first became a nurse and then a nurse practitioner and then a doctor of nursing practice. It's funny because in the beginning, when you first are in school, you're like, oh my God, I got to see this person naked.
why?
You know, because you've not seen anybody naked.
So you see people
Now
naked all
I've
your
seen
life?
more naked people than a hooker.
Really?
But yeah, but it doesn't even bother me anymore. Like
Really?
nothing. It's like
Yeah, but
whatever.
these are people you know. There's a
It doesn't
difference.
matter because you don't see it in that way. Even if you know them, you're there in a role. You're there to help and protect.
So let me get this right. So if I take off all my clothes, you see me stark naked, and I put on my clothes the next day, you talk to me with no
Like
problem.
not an issue. Wow. But that's the magic of being a healthcare professional. You know, it's
I'm a
just like
healthcare professional
no,
too.
no, you're not.
Yeah, I worry about your health.
No, but it's true. It's a whole different ballgame. Like it's funny because when I was younger, you know, in my 20s, and you know, we'd work and young patients would like, you know, want to like make, you know, give you a rap or whatever, and I'm like, for real, dude? You know, like like, and don't get me wrong, you're not dead. If you see an attractive man, you're like, he's a good looking person or whatever. But there's no like, none of that's going
See,
on.
but guys have a problem because let's say you're a
Really?
doctor
That's a shock.
and the woman is naked, and you get a rise out of this guy. You can't hide that.
I guess I don't think that. I don't know. I will tell you. I have seen. I think it's a very different situation when you are a male doctor.
Yes.
I think that it is more likely that a woman would be assertive.
A woman would be assertive.
Whereas if you're being a woman, I had this one patient who was absolutely vulgar. He was actually a baseball umpire, professional baseball umpire. He was the most disgusting, like the things he said, I can't even say, like on air. They're mortifying. But I sassed them back, you know what I'm saying? Or I wouldn't just, you know, you're going to get that jerk who's going to do that. But for the most part, like men will say, you're so pretty to be a doctor. You don't look like a doctor. Or why weren't you a doctor like when I was growing up? And you're a jerk. But in your head you say that, like you're like, oh, thank you
he's
so
paying you
much.
a compliment.
Yeah, but it's like a little bit not appropriate.
It's
that,
not appropriate
in that venue.
I see, but if I had to have a physical and I didn't know that you were the doctor on call, and I go in there,
Yeah,
you're
but then
there?
I would have to have that conversation with you and ask you,
No, I
is
would
that
tell you,
okay?
there's the door. Get me another doctor.
That's what I'm saying, you
Because I
know.
know you. I don't want to.
Yeah, but some people prefer that. Like a lot of the women
Some
that
people
I
prefer that. I
treat,
see.
they're
Oh,
very
women,
trusting.
yeah. Because
Yeah, but
women,
even
you got
some,
things going all over the place. It makes
some-
no difference.
but honestly, you seen one, you seen them all. Guys, let me
That's
be honest
not
with
true.
you.
Listen, that's not true. It's like a woman. You see one, you see them all.
It's true.
It isn't true.
The vajayjay is the vajayjay.
I didn't even go there.
I'm
That's
just saying, the vajayjay is the vajayjay, the penis is the penis, and that's it.
That's not true because some guys are all endowed.
I
Some
can
guys
tell you a
aren't.
funny story. When I first became a nurse, like literally first became a nurse, I was working a night shift because we had to do that back in the day, and I was working, and my buddy, they called them a buddy system back in the day. Now it's an internship, but the woman that I was buddying with was teaching me, how to do all this stuff. So she said, you have to put a Foley catheter into this male patient. And what a catheter is it's a like a little small plastic tubing that has to be inserted to help people
Ouch.
urinate. So I had to do this
Oh,
to a
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
which was, it's not easy. And then I went in there and I was like, I just looked at her and she goes, you've never done this before. I was like, no. She goes, you've never done anything before. And I was like, no. I was 21 years old.
You were just fresh out of school?
Pure as the driven snow. And she showed me how to do it. And I was like, and she looked at me and she goes, listen, that's not what it looks like. Don't worry about it. And she left the room. And I went home and told
That's
my
not
mother.
what it looks like?
Yeah, I said, Mom, is this really what I'm waiting for all these years? I said, is that what it's all about? And she's like, well, what was it about? I said, it was like this big. And she's like,
It was 6 inches?
oh my, I don't think it was like inverted. He was 86.
It was cold.
Yeah, no, he was 86. So I was like, but I was really nervous because that's what I was waiting for. I'm like, really? That's
Yeah,
it?
you were
but it
disappointed
wasn't.
at the beginning
it
of
was
the
worth
race?
the wait. It was worth the wait. But that was the funniest night. That was just like, I'm like, I looked at him, I'm like, I don't even know where to begin.
Well, I wanted to ask you because I had a hernia operation on my belly button done in New
Okay.
York, right? So I go to the hospital and
It's called an inguinal hernia.
I don't care what they call it, but they go and
Oh,
they
umbilical, sorry.
They strap me down, right? And they put the
That's
IV.
every man's fantasy. Strapped down, drugs.
Yeah, and they're
And
gonna
pretty
work. And they're
girls
gonna work
walking
on my
around.
intestines that are hanging out of my belly button.
But you're asleep.
No, I wasn't asleep yet. So the doctor comes over, and she lifts my pants and lets it down. She goes, "I win."
Oh, would they bet on it?
I don't know, but
Oh,
then I went out.
jeez.
So when I came to, I remember this, and she denied. I says, "No, I know."
I
what
heard what you said.
That's
so
right.
fun. No, honestly, I've not ever made fun of anybody because I really.
Not that you're gonna admit it.
No, I'm being serious. I would tell
Would you admit it?
I would totally admit it.
Really?
Yeah. No, I don't think that is cool. I don't think that is it. We're in a different role, and people trust you. And I think being a nurse is really we're the most trustworthy profession, and I really take that to heart. And I mean, you'll talk about like, oh God, they were a pain in the behind or whatever the case may be, but none of that going on. More about nagging than anything.
More about nagging.
Yeah, when they nag you, like.
Well, I tell you, I was in Boca Regional, and they treated me. All the nurses were
Props
very
to Boca
nice.
Regional. I was very proud when I was there. I have to say,
Very-
Boca
very
Regional,
impressed.
you get a star for crackerjack
Yeah,
nursing.
very impressed.
I was.
And you just did 2 Bros from Boca, and I hear now you're a dancer.
I am a dancer.
Now let me ask you a
Dancer.
question: when a woman goes to a club, is it appropriate for a woman to ask a man to dance
Yes, and I think it's
buy him a
ridiculous.
drink?
Yes,
and take him to bed?
absolutely. If that's what she wants to do,
And
why
there's
not?
no problem with that, right? There's
No,
no
because
stigma to that.
Why should there be a stigma? Why?
Well, because
If
in the
you're a
day when I
grown
was growing up,
woman-
that never happened.
I'm not talking about an 18-year-old. If you're a grown woman
How
and
old
you're
is a
out
grown
dancing,
woman?
I don't think 18-year-old is a grown woman.
19?
No, I don't.
20?
I think in the mid-20s.
21?
I think you're in the once you hit after your mid-20s, then I think you're liable for your decision-making process. Because I got to tell you, the 20s, oh Lord have mercy, what an idiot. Girls, let's be honest. The 20s, the crazy 20s. The crazy 20s. I was a nut.
So you
Totally.
didn't know anything, or you knew too
No,
much?
I didn't know anything. And then when I knew, it
were
was too
40.
late. It was a mess. It was a mess. No, but seriously, I got to tell you, crazy 20s, you know. But if that's what you want to do, if you're 18 and you want to do, I don't think you're 18 and
So you think it's okay for a woman to ask a guy?
why can't you say you want to dance with me? I did. I was 30.
Because women don't do that. They wait
I
to be
do.
asked.
I was 30 years old and
So
I
you
was
used
at
to
this
ask guys to
club
dance?
and all the time. I was at this club and I love to dance. And I can dance really good. I can't do this stuff that well yet, but I like to dance. And I went up to this guy and he was such a good dancer. I'm like, "You want to dance with me?" And he's like, "Yeah." And we danced. I said, "Look, no strings." I said, "I don't want to. I just want to dance."
Can I tell you a secret?
Well,
You remember Roseland in the Bronx, right?
yeah,
In Manhattan,
in
right?
Manhattan, yes.
Yeah. I used to tell girls that wanted to dance with me, I want to dance. And I used to say, nope.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they wanted it even worse by the end of the night. Then I said, okay, come on.
Oh, you were looking to get that angle
That's
going
right.
on. That's
But it
no,
works.
No,
Look
that's
at your face.
terrible.
What do you mean, why? What do you mean, no?
Doing that angle.
I used to say no.
No, I just love, and I think a guy who can dance, oh my God, that is so hot. So hot.
That's what we used to do.
I know. Do you remember back in the day?
So you don't have daughters, right?
I do not thank the Lord.
If you had daughters, would you feel the
No,
same
they
way
would not
about?
be out of the house until they were 30.
Okay, so let me get this right. It's okay to ask a guy out.
Yeah, but I could do it because I know me. I know my
No,
responsibility
no.
level.
This has to be spread out evenly.
No,
There's
no,
no
but
me.
I don't. I wouldn't. My daughters can do that, but I think that they have to be responsible. If I had daughters, they would have to be responsible.
Do you trust your sons that they should have more than
Yeah,
one girl
no.
at a time?
No, they know. They know.
They know why?
We have a good conversation with them. I got to be honest with you. I tell them all the time. Look, if a girl comes up to you and says she likes you, and you don't, you think that she is heinous or you don't like her or whatever the case may be, I said you just turn around and you say, "Thank you so much." I said, because you know what? That's hard for a girl to do. I said, and you just say, "Thank you so much. I really would like to be your friend. I don't like you that way, but I like you." I said, and that's how you address it. I
So
said, because
you
your
don't
mother is a girl. You got to understand that.
Yeah,
and you
but
got
he
to
ain't
be
dating his mother.
No, and I tell them all the time, no glove, no love. I'm very honest
So
with them
do you
about
think that they should have more than one
No, I
relationship
tell
at a
them
time?
all the time. If you're going to date somebody, you date one person at a time. You
Why?
give them your full attention.
Why?
And then you can decide whether or not you
Why?
like them, because I don't like that.
Yeah, but then they're gonna want to get married. They're gonna want this. All the
That's
heartache
not true.
comes.
Why do men just assume that when you date a girl, you want to get married? I went out with this guy. I was 30 years old, and I was introduced to this guy from a bunch of medical students that I was working with, and they were like, "He's perfect for you. Blah blah. Blah. He's Italian. He's he's going to become a doctor. He's a third-year medical student. He actually was in the same class as Noah." And we went on a date. We had a great first date. It was awesome. We went on a second date. Second date, having the best time. And he's like, "So, where do you think this is going?" I'm like, "What?" I had no idea what he was talking about.
You see, but you're deaf from the neck up. It doesn't mean that every woman's like that.
No, but I'm saying, like, I'm not dead from that guy. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Well, where do you see this relationship going?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't even know if I like you yet."
But you
I
just said you liked
No,
him.
I mean, but not like to where this relationship
Well, he
is
was
going.
worried he
He's
was
like,
gonna be a
"Well,
doctor."
I'm 31 and you're 30 and you're going to want to get married and have kids, and I'm not in the." I'm like, "Slow down." I said, "Kids? I don't even know if I want kids."
But that's my argument. You should have him and a few other guys and say, "Listen, you don't want to go. I go to
No,
this guy."
I was always a one-woman girl.
Yeah,
A
but
one-man
guy-
girl.
you think-
a one-man girl.
You think guys should be that way?
I don't think they are, but I think they
That's
should
the one I
try
asked you.
it.
Do you
I
think?
do. I do.
Do you think
they
guys
should.
fool around with a lot of women?
I think some guys do. I think guys, it's just the nature of the beast.
And they're dating these women because
I think all men are pretty much
looking for
able to do that. Not all men, but I think a lot of men.
can date more than one woman.
I think so. I couldn't.
and women
I
don't
think
do that
I think
because-
women absolutely do that.
Oh,
I
they
think
absolutely do.
I think they absolutely do that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If that's how you want to
Okay,
do
so
it.
on the He Says show with Dr. Amy, she says
that's
that
correct.
women can have multiple boyfriends, but men cannot.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
I
I'm
said
sorry.
that people can do that.
Oh.
But I don't. If for me, I find it very confusing, and I couldn't do
Well,
it.
they were finding it confusing too. You're married.
Yeah, no, I
mean, you know, hello.
no, I mean, when I was dating, right before I met my husband, I was dating another fella.
Oh, you did?
I was dating, right?
How many
we-
guys did you date before your husband?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, how many guys did you date more than once? Like you with multiple, like
Two.
So you were dating two guys at the same time.
No. You mean I just dated 2 men in long-term relationships before.
How long?
One was a year, and one was 3 years. The 3 years one I was engaged to.
Oh.
I was
Really?
engaged. Yes, I was engaged once before.
And what about the 1 year?
I didn't even like him. I just didn't
But
know how
you
to break.
hung around for
Yeah,
a
I didn't
year?
know. No, I didn't know. He wasn't really around that much, but I didn't know how to break up with him. That was the first person I ever broke up with. Yeah, I didn't. He was. I can't say it on air, but he was that guy, and he's from the Bronx. You know, didn't want to leave the Bronx. Still lived with his mother at 30.
It was a mama's boy.
Oh yeah.
So you like mama's boy?
No. But I raised mama's boys, so that's a problem.
So your kids are going to be mama's boy?
I hope not. I tell them all the
I
time.
see the way you are.
No,
They're
I
gonna
tell them all the time. Your
slide
wife
to
is
second
going to blame.
base and you
your
throw
wife.
a pillow.
Your wife is going to blame me. But you know.
But then you're going to make it that they're going to want to marry their mothers.
No, I tell them that all the time. Don't.
Yeah, but you
Don't.
can tell them
But
whatever
in
you
a
want.
way, I tell them do because I take really good care of my husband. I cook all the time. I'm like make sure the home is all in order. It's not a bad deal marrying me, you know. And I
You're
like,
not a bad deal.
like to do the horizontal, tango.
Tango.
So it's good all the time. So that's good. That's true. I mean, those are the things you want, and you want somebody. I tell them all the time: be like your mother, marry like your mother. That she wants the family to be a part of you. You don't want your wife to take you away from your family. You want to include the family. Like my husband's family is very much a part of our life all the time. I don't.
You have brothers and sisters?
I have 3 sisters.
Oh, you do?
I have 3 sisters.
Wow. Older?
2 older, 1 younger.
Wow. And they live in Florida?
No, nobody lives in Florida.
Everybody's
just me.
up north?
Everybody's in New York. 1 in Manhattan, 1 in Westchester, 1 in Rockland.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're all doctors?
No,
You're the only doctor?
only 1.
What do the rest of them do?
My sisters, 1 is a teaching assistant in Rockland County. My other sister was a medical assistant for a urologist for many, many years. And then she went into business with her husband, a catering and deli kind of business. And she did that for many years. She doesn't work anymore. And then my youngest sister is a big muck PR person in Manhattan. She used to have her own PR firm. She was actually JFK Jr.'s personal assistant.
Really?
Yeah, she's got it going on.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've been producing your show now for a few months. I don't even know who the hell you are.
And now you do. Yeah, and I'm
And
the
Mike-
academic.
And Mike
in the
has
family.
brothers and sisters too?
Mike, I don't know. I have to tell you, I really
hell
don't
is
know.
this Mike?
I know.
Where is he?
I know, Mike. Where are you? He said he might have a meeting. Mike's in the DR. I know that Abby has a brother, but I don't. I think Mike might be the only child. I
Only
don't
child.
know. Yeah, he's got a lovely family. That's a nice guy.
Well, I see he does a lot of stuff with his kids.
Yeah, he's got 3 boys. God, it's like a 3-ring circus. 2 is like 1,000. 3 must be like 1,000,000. I can't. But you have 2 boys.
Yeah, but mine's over 20, and
Yeah.
the second one's getting married in January.
Married in January. What date did they set a date?
January 16th, I think.
Oh my God, Joseph's birthday's the 15th.
Right, and I
It's
said to
awesome.
them, what is the rush?
No, listen, let me tell you, I agree. They're a little young. But if you know what, does it really matter? If you know, you know. That's it.
I knew twice, and I slipped on the ice.
Yeah, but see, you didn't really know.
But then this is why I say, what's the rush?
I don't know. I'm glad I got married late in life. I was
You got
35.
married what age?
35 years old.
Seriously?
The day before my 35th birthday.
Are you serious?
Got married September 13th and my birthday's the 14th. I was 34. Well, 35.
Holy
They sang happy
smokes.
birthday to me that night. I'm very happy that I waited. It was a very good thing. I did a lot of me. It was cool. Yeah.
Of course, there's a lot of you. 35 years of you.
35 years of me. And you know what was real, honestly and truly, it was a really good fit because Noah is not a,
He's a patient man.
not only that he's patient, he's not the guy that's like, oh, you can't do that, or what are you doing? He's like, yep, that's
Yeah,
my
it's
wife.
Called, it's called patience.
Yeah, no,
He
he's
gives you a
really
lot of
cool.
runway.
Well, I
You're
think
like a 747.
Well, yeah, I know it's true, and he's just that like little putt plane. You know, like he always says, he dances on my bubble, in my fun bubble. But
Well, he's a psychiatrist, isn't he?
oh God, no,
He should be.
boy, no, don't say that. No, he's funny. He's funny. He's intense.
He knows. Does he know you inside and out? That he have all your angles covered?
All of them, all the time. And honestly, and
Because you're an
truly,
emotional creature.
I am not an emotional creature. I am a crazy creature.
No,
I
you're
admit to that.
emotional.
Meaning-
I seen you go from left to right in a breeze.
That's the prerogative of being A, a woman, and B, an Italian woman.
Don't hide behind all that. It's who you are.
But I am. And I think that's really important to be emotional. I think women get a bad rap. Oh, you're so emotional.
They call
But
it drama.
That's important. No, drama's different. Drama's negative. Emotion is good. It's positive. It's all encompassing. Drama is negative. It's like being aggressive and assertive. Assertive is good.
So do you ever get
Aggressive-
angry?
Sure.
That's then drama?
No, that's
When do
just
we cross the
anger.
line?
No, drama is when you're doing things with malice intent.
Ah.
That's
So
drama.
you just do things and they have whatever intent.
No, I don't have a what. Honestly,
Do you think men are
I'm a
more
good intent.
drama or women?
no, I think, you know what I have to say? I enjoy being around, I enjoy having men friends much more than women friends. You have to,
You don't play well in the sandbox.
I play very well in the sandbox.
Not
That's
women,
the problem.
you have to be able to play with women.
No, I play with women really well, and women can't understand that. A lot of women.
Oh, so let me get this.
No, seriously, a lot of women are like, she cannot be that nice. Well, she
So
is
let
not
me get
that
this
generous.
right. The problem is not that you're too nice. The problem is that the other women don't understand.
No,
this.
I think I'm too nice, and people don't get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can call into the station and you can get your input. at this one.
1-888-565-1470. But seriously, girls, don't you think that sometimes women, like, I don't care what color hair you have. I don't care how much jewelry you have. I don't care where you live. Like, my husband always says to me, well, what does the husband do? I'm like, I don't know. Where do they live? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
but if it's a
doesn't
guy,
bother me.
if it's a guy, you know all about.
No, but no, with a guy, you don't have to worry about that. I never, with my guy friends, it's different. I don't have to worry. I could just be, Amy on the bench. It's, it's cool. I can just not. And with my really close girlfriends, we're all like that. Nobody cares. I can answer the door completely, like, with my hair up and no
was
makeup
about
on,
to say, what the hell is he gonna
naked
come
as
to
a
the
jabber,
door?
like, come on in, with a towel on, stuff like that. It's really cool. It's really easy. I am not that girl. I go to school, when I drive them to school in the morning, pajamas
Really?
with the slippers, and it's awful when you get to the school and you realize now you have to go to the bathroom badly, so you have to get out of
So
the
you
car
get out of the car.
in my pajamas and slippers and like, sorry, and go right into the bathroom, because what are you going to do? You got to go, got to pee. But seriously, I am not that girl. I am not, like, even here, when there are days when I want to come in dressed up, and there are days where, like, now I'm not really.
But you can come in scrubs and be the doctor.
I know, but like, that's my persona out of here. Like, I am very, I think every person is like that. Ladies, back me up. When you're in your work mode, very different, like very, very different in the work mode.
I saw your work mode when you were in ICU. You came down. You were like, you flashed into doctor mode.
It's very different.
I
It's
said,
very
who the
different.
hell is this chick?
No, it's true. But when I met my husband, he's like, you are so vastly different outside of the workspace. He's like, you're so chill, and you don't, like, he said, and you are like crazy focused when you're at work. Like, it's a whole different person.
Yeah.
I like my work person.
I got to see your son play baseball.
Yeah, the poor guy
I got to see you as a baseball mom.
screaming.
You see, I'm not used to sitting on a bench watching.
I know it's
But
hard being
it's-
Freddie coached like baseball forever.
Yeah,
It's hard.
that was hard to see that.
It is. It's hard to see because when it's your child, I am very chill. I just cheer him on. I feel bad for him, and I know the ride home is going to be painful, and he'll tell me all the bad things that he did, and I just kind of feel like, you know what, it was really cool to watch you play, and that you can play, and he had a great second game, so it was
Which you knew
cool.
he was going to have.
Right.
Because the first one just wasn't there. But that happens.
It does happen, and well, tonight his school team they mercied out the other
really?
team, so I was happy. It'll be good stories tonight when we go home. But I think a woman has a lot of different hats. I have this argument with my husband all the time. He gets up in the morning, he walks the dogs, he takes a shower, he goes to work. I wake up in the morning way before everybody else. I go to the gym. Then I come home from the gym and I get lunches together, and the boys up and the dogs fed and the water changed, and I throw a load of laundry on and get dinner out to defrost, and the day just spins out like that. And then, I have to do the show, and I have to do my research, and I have to do my grading for my class. Like, it's not just one job. It's a lot of crap for one person to do.
Well, you got to remember, when I was in New York, my wife decided to have a career.
Right.
So I had to do all that stuff. I had to
Right.
learn how to do the wash and the dry and the cooking and pick him up from school and PTA.
Yeah, that whole thing.
And then what complicated matters was that I was a coach in the community, so I had to wear my colors because I had
Exactly.
practice. So if I went to
Exactly.
a meeting at school,
Right.
I had to run to practice. But but you learn from it because you learn both sides.
And it's hard. It's very, very hard. There are days where I think a lot of women have to feel this way, that you do it all. And sometimes you do it really well, and there are the days when you don't do it well.
It's like your son's game. There are days you're going to have good games, and days
I
you're
always
going to
say
have bad
sometimes
games.
you're the bug and sometimes you're the windshield. You know,
That's true. That's true.
it's true.
Sometimes you chase the bear chases you. Right?
You know, but it's sometimes it's very overwhelming. It's very, because I'm in a situation, and I'm sure a lot of women are, where you do everything because my husband works, and he works hard, and he works long hours. So I am like the bill payer and the, fixer of things, or caller of things when I can't fix it. My husband is amazed at how handy I am.
Well, the amazing thing is your kids are still young, but when you're going to get all this payback. You're going to get the congratulations. You know when it happens? When your kids are married and you're at that wedding and you watch what you gave birth decide today I'm going to live with someone else faithfully and forever. And that reward that you feel for being a parent to bring them there.
I got to be honest with you, I can't even get my head around that concept.
No, you won't.
Like I'm worrying right now just about getting ready for college in 2 years.
Sure.
And I look at him, I'm like, dude,
but that's the road.
you can't hold a fork and you're going to college in 2 years.
That's the road. But at the end of that rainbow, you get that applause because for the first time in your life, you're going to say, something,
See,
I did good.
That's a nice thing as a dad to say that, because a lot of dads, I don't know if they would say or even think about it that way. I know we, as ladies, we always say, oh, guys have a different head and they don't think. But I think particularly when you're forced in a situation to be that parent, that only parent, or the caring, quote unquote, parent, it's hard. You try to have that Leave It to Beaver life. You play game, you have a game night, and you cook dinners all the time and stuff like that. You try. You just
can only
try.
Everything in life is about trying. Trial and error.
It is. There's no handbook with this whole wife.
But I'm going to tell you, I met
thing.
one of your boys, and you're doing a good job on
Oh,
that.
God bless you for saying that. But I met one of your boys, the most nicest young man, gentleman. That girl those parents need to be thanking you.
Well, I'm going to tell you, my oldest just got married, and he's lucky to have Valerie as his wife. I am shocked at the
caliber of woman.
It's just unreal. Now, you're going to remember when I was 25, I was married for the second time.
Wow.
So
I was still pure as the snow.
I know, till you were 35?
No, not till 35. But that's another story for another day.
So tonight we got to interview Dr. Amy. Now you know who she is. And he says she's a little bit. Well,
Next
there's
time
a whole
we'll-
side of you.
All right. I think I hear music.
Hey, you're
I
ready to
hear
rock
music.
and roll.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will see you next Monday on He Said, She Said. You can get us on our website at He Said, She Said, SOFLA.com, or you can get us on Facebook at He Said, She Said, South Florida Style. We will see you next week. Have a great week, and thanks for tuning in.
You've been listening to and watching He Said, She Said, South Florida Style. Join us every Monday at 6:30 p.m. on AM 1470 WNN and 95.3 FM. Or watch live on Facebook, Periscope, or AMP2 TV to talk about hot topics and what makes opposites attract. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.